And the Supreme Court no had ruling biaba. Say delegate system no yin free political parties no. Na enye one man one vote. Card bearing member biya no e betimi ato aba. The di kan sa ruling that was saying,
oh, me in principle me jitum. Say me no dey nkomo bebre. Now it has always been my desire say I didn't beat me about party.
One man, one vote.
Yes. But you see, and yet it shouldn't be at the from my it did not make us MPP a constitution. So we a constitution. Constitution that doesn't need for free. But for free, you know. I will here Article 7 of MPP constitution or can't say be Article 7 clause 1 or say the basic unit of organization of the constituency shall be the polling station area. And baby, in fact, say answer no crowd here Article 5. Article 5 clause 2 or say the party shall be based on polling station, electoral area, constituency, external branch, regional and national organizations. They are part in organization. Sanity. Now, they may catch us say Article 7 clause 1 and we'll say the basic unit of organization of the constituency shall be the polling station area. What's the say? Sir, one man, one vote, and yard the fufro. Yeah, yard the fufro, and say, I say, Oba polling station organization, now Article 6. Or say, I make Article 6 clause 2. Or say, in polling station executive elections, you have a trouble of polling station where all card-bearing members in good standing in the polling station area shall be entitled to vote. And this had you know, MPP for no cry, and yet for your constitution with that.
Okay.
Near a Tiana say, yeah, migrated from polling station area to electoral area to constituency. And on ye. Now we are amendment I produce the latest constitution. So what kaya omokane hose in the near future, you be move towards membership drive. I mean, nipa bemu na afi enche bia no ye be call to one man one vote. Okay, amendment na ye na anu ikra ye kan wo ho.
I will legon.
Enti anya de foforo. The only thing abane say Supreme Court no say ma dwun mo no mo na ase nya. That's the only thing. Otherwise, dia na MPP for no adwen ho sa. What you say?
That means na MPP migrate yako one man one vote.
Yeah, migrate yako. Already in the police station in India, what are from police station to electoral area to constituency, no, and then what yakem. What you say? And T. A honor, say no, you say, Yamayafi, you're migrating go. That's all that it entails. Now, me, Minia, the America say, Mediana, that I need na madri or honor say. Oh, say. Bro, for kase mi kase obi agent. Unye in democracy no. Your representatives and your delegates. Ndio ho parliaments bia. Ebinemu ye omo ye representatives. Parliaments ni bi nso ye delegational.
Difference be no.
Difference a woman say. On say ye parliament. MPs ni representatives.
Okay.
They are representational parliament. And intina sa sembi ba betom rashe bibia efia. Rashe bibia ni no. Ono ni sua hunu ni nimdie emu. Ene ne ntiase ne nyansa emu no. Otimi sore ka ekasa asem no ho without consulting his constituency for. So we delegates assembly member no just consult omomdo baye no what much wadwene wo ho.
Okay.
Sa system no a tie wo the communist and socialist countries. Omo as delegates. Then the representation. And the delegates no, so you're delegate. Assembly betufia. I also wo ni osuma wonu a wona okosina na no. Wono de okobisa no.
That represented the bit match wadwin.
Or represented with much wadwin. Yeah, delegate system no. Omo ekwato aba no. They are not representatives. Say ye tias ye pass and ye constitution mpo kan. Ye constitution no, or say edru ho say beto aba. Sa angrofo no me delegates. We are delegator. Na me fan say me na me gina me ko gina so am constituency. We are polling station executive. Wo beto aba. You say about to no mu de we are delegate. We are delegator. It means that also my children will say who constituency and I say who electoral college, you know, and all card bearing members in the polling station. See, I heard the delegates, you know. See, I hear mu the trodo pa, and I say, Kawo Kotoaba, one who could jina card bearing members in our polling station, who could know my name. And two also could be so almost say, and if I mean, son of Betrabano,
man.
Yeah,
Debbie.
Yeah. And this is also new. Parties will be a yet. And your fanasa. Until we have been doing the wrong thing in Ukraine all this while. Minia, and since I will be a media, as I am a Dennis say, they be a make us say a delegate system. Oh, Ukraine, who could be a dear. Sabio say, ayi akonya na atompo ene enuan mo prayer ukọ busuafo ha ana akọ ahemfo no ha aja ayi o shrap bi shomo to mi
so pantu bi wo de beko
oti ase bia ape ayi boomade kakra atoso se besi bi ena ode eka ho a ode aka ho ode akobokokoko saade ni sia wo kwa animu no a wo kosre no ebi a woko ye no woko sere no omo de twabo ma wo se betuase
dabi
insisa kokoko bono a wo de obuo mu no woko sere no nananom meso ye de hye wa konya no nti
akonya ato ameso be
pribi nti do a madaroma me wa kire adwuma wa ye wa kire ni nchi ni nyina nti nanam do ho amonkai me ja wakwa ninsa odi atoho nananum madisre dini sanity pa onko ba se obi kosra de ne twabo ama so bo si na ba betwa anya sa de anhwe ni watiase wase say ye democracy no enya mpp fo onko awo party sin na afi bia ne ade ekono no e bia de ekono no na me de bia me ka say obi ani ha oko politics mo for the Christmas anya so dem no go ka say wo to abo dogu nso ni de bi unsa beka politics mo ntisa ndi say wo mani wo yire ne mani twesi ke bia na otoma no oko parliament ya me abo ni party a wini president say o meye osoafo a mia mama ka be da say nipa ko no ma na bi di nanim no wo jire say okoye oko asuye bi na ya wodo contractor e dey besi
obekoneka.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Omo yen kan okran kire ye hu keta se share any proya abayem politics no emu no me ka da bia se e fa free ye na se ye ho
delegate system no
na di basoro na obekoneka nye kan no ne ka no wa bo no nko na obekun ka no na echine bi nani da so se osan be gina so be sa pe ebiego ode akosa battle no ewa o eyire eni ma anaso okunu eni ma wa busua oso pe bi enso ehwe wo ono anso na japade bi nso ana ni da so no pe bi so de beye eti o yen society ni Ghana sa ni yesi ya ade no ene ka ho na ketase ne proye no e wo mani mu, let's face it. What you say? Nti media many on say do main about ono so presidential and parliamentary elections. Uncle for Kotoabano. In fact, my constituency. So I'm constituency. Ebia registered nipa be 110,000 and a 12 be. But over here no, if you do nipa be 90,000 ya Betuabano. No Betuabano. About 3 muda say. Akoma mo shintiade. And I say Bomuade. And my muda because the electoral college is big.
Untimintua ninya.
Untimintua. Se nipa 70,000 na Betuaba, 80,000 na Betuaba na. Minua. So mo bia
10 cedi kura no.
100 cities I say. And then you go maybe 100 so some no because 100 them there. And wo kura emma wo trim so be yesa. And in the presidential and parliamentary elections, main the general elections no. So dey ni memu no. Because the electoral college no so. Akofa electoral college baby nanu imbo ni atrim kakra. I mean fan say averagely no constituencies na kobe 1,200. Some of them 1,500 and many never be cry 2,000. The 2,000 no. Na say nanu yi dey be told ya utie dey ngrofo ka. Me dey me man kosa election ni bi. In both MPP and NDC. But 10 years say obi akotua delegates no or chibe 5,000. We akoyesi. What you say? Na okoji 5,000 ni per 1,000. And now utua 5,000. Me are saying 5 million. Obeba parliament no hu say na katua mfie na nyina wonya 5 million. Say ni pa no be den. Especially say the party mapawa. The party mapawa mbonu wanya ministerial appointment. Parliament won tra ho. Nam epe adwuma de apetenika. Say we minority MP nso a once we need ti enum na okope bibia ye. That is what we are cultivating in our body politic, in our democracy. MYN. Maybe a day kono. In fact, me 2028 elections in Amsterdam for the MPs and the parliamentary candidates. Amsterdam. And number 1, ebe boa, abe bre, sa siketia no, eso.
Right.
Ebe brenase.
Honorable Fatshemi Kakrebi. But we make us national elections. O call outskirts no and I say increasing kurankumanwa. Political parties they be changing. E be che bentoa. Wellington boot.
Minia. Enchine boy say. Against the backdrop say will be ay3hu pe television and say free no. Enchine boy say. Let's face it. What you say? Me, I'm not unaware of their working. Because my by election baby. Me buy your first by election year no. Me buy parliament for 1997, 1998 and in your back madam for pa but no penny chair me. If any look call no upper west miracle so in kakra anything and it was to mu
ekwana okay
yes e hono newo ono fi ho look fi ho na ye by election na Alice Boom e by that was the first by election he kwa ye hunu bento akoro ya working e bi ho force second hand bruni we na party bi HB what you say these things happen but I'm just saying say as compared to obi a wo je fridge ni television maybe ye ko na ya hu. In fact, me ba parliament fufuro. Unim delegates na yeto about constituency. San me kra na e outa fo so ani. Ama muto abani nya no me 16.
Okay.
Nipa dunsia. Because amre no. Na ama muto abani ye constituency executives na nko. Constituency executives at that time no me 8. And na fei wards na ya be done in afa na electoral areas. And so for no. And the other representatives, including in particular the chairman, I say any other representative, no if you have. On be you know so may represent the electoral area, no about to happen. All Tafuso Amesamre no, na ye 8 wards pe. Let Tafuko no so no more 8, no more 4. And so I'm quite so kusi chronomos we 4. The 8 ni beka 8 constituency executives no na 16. The nipa 16 be na network. I'm telling you say I expand the electoral college no. I'm not be do the area. One we yanka saa nipa dunsia no na to aba kene we nanka nipa ni bi kra beka say me ka ansa na yakoto aba. So when we expanded further no ne fi say abeboa stabilizing the makakra. Unfortunately e kwa ni mu na afi e san ba ho ene de so obi am to be. So me in principle me papa, because that's always been my ambition, say that's where we should migrate to.
One man, one vote.
One man, one vote. Let me say this. That's why I'm making, maybe I will introduce me, say, me the chief of staff for Dr. Bamundo Umia.
Yeah.
That's why I'm making, yet Dr. Bamundo I'm speaking for. I'm speaking for myself. And you're being hey, but Dr. Umia Crown, so say,
yeah.
Me na make us for myself. Me nene say, but he knows my thinking. So to the extent they say beboyama saa siketua na akofo mepe etoso mienu. See, the national constitution in article 55 clause 5 I can't say be say political party biara no also ultimate koton wo ho wasem or political programs, or social programs, or economic programs and policies koton or polling station eho ema obi antibi ya ne polling station by polling station. The polling station no ehim for na ekoye o constitution no in article 6 no e ka say edwuma no polling station executive no na eye. Let's face it, yeah, Mr. Constituency by constituency. It's a polling station for near to Abama and cry Omoyana. You can move from Accra to Aflao to Zwarungu to Hamle. Maybe it's a polling station for no more yes, Edgeman. Most of them, we may have maybe less than 1% in the Edgeman. Most of them, they in Edgeman. The trouble is, now we just cry one. But now, constitution is say, constitution is say, police station for no house to house campaign. Okay, house to house campaigner. Ninsun so say. So any year, who refi any more pa. The police station there, you see, on the average, is made up of about 70 houses.
Yeah.
It is a who refi hona. Now, what Kawasem no children was what Tiwasia. Say, small can say is here to me. You have a back on to us. The company in prison. In your son, the catch them done. No, my dream. I catch them in my dream. Only one show me in party. So say, oh, yes, sir. But who say? Maybe every quarter. And oh, yeah. Quarterly, no be nipa walk on the police station or me MPP members. From the police station. From the police station, it comes to electoral area. Electoral area now call constituency. If you constituency and call region, if region now back. The party's constitution say, what's me and say biano a constituency party no. Among reports about the growth of the party from the polling station through the electoral area coordinators. And so among meeting where at the regional level, you say among reports from constituency about the growth and development of the party. Region Ben on committee, the Casa Nedia beginning the growth and development of the party. They don't do that. At the national level, they consider the growth and development of the party in the regions. Minko neck meeting in Husanima. Saji Abbey is going to force the party from the grassroots level up to the national level. See a ding to win souls. Say what does it for echo kanyam sem. Nenya a krama party. Okay, and I know you're trouble. 2020, 2024 about it. Records naturally and say, I'm more to Abama 2020, 2024, I'm more to Abama. I get 2.1 million. Or pepe mienu and pim oha. And I want to my 2020, 2024. I'm on to my. Minia, how sure are we? Say 2.1 million on my metrobano. Or me MP before. Are we sure?
Debbie.
I didn't hear. Because you name the strength of the party in the polling stations. What I say? We name soldier for be no mo kokko a omo ni mo number
ba ko free mu kra ye be hu se ba ko free mu.
That's what we have to do. The me no e be boy am ye ni abre akoye house to house. The boy am ye ni abre ma polling station executive ni yi wo mo no we say jumaden ye dia maye no. You say every quarter mo report emra. So one ko adwuma no a anko ye adwuma ni bia.
Report be na de beko.
Report be na de beko. Na police station for no do say do one say we in fa na wo de wo ya assign if you do amount. Wa anko nti wan va report bia ma. Say be hu say ne onye serious. One say nre yi ye ko amendment ye say police station executives no. Ye nyi wo mo te police station ho. De nti ne ye kan sa. Ye pa mo te police station when as the house to house no. Omo timi aye. To me, you know, it's going to help us to strengthen and rebuild our party. 107.3. You have a next battle. And Ray, you have amendments. What will say? Positions in Ibio, you say, also a woman could baby. That's why a secretary constituency, and you be also unya degree. We are communications, also unya at least a diploma. Send a wo na wo kobono bit matiasie because you are going to sell an assembly we are going to sell the vision of Dr. Baumia, the philosophy of the party in there. You say a liberal conservatives no you believe in property ownership no uko also tim ko chirem grofo sabio so ni suehunu kakra sa de hu ntimi nye enka so obi ahu yen o babo a wo ko cancer na chire obi no say you know sorry
yes
and so for no Bible school a won ko bi me boa akosua Bible ni yi nti me assemblies of God ni me ko na so for preacher meeting no so for wo ya de na say onya de e ko ya na say nko yi what you say ni sua hunu ni ndi o Bible nko ati say what you say ni be kasam na to akoma so nti this a year abano is going to help us to drive the party down. I'm a partner by a mass following.
But infiltration, say, because you need Kasa, the person can say, Obi bet me awo NDC. Obi bet me na dwene say, okay, my main ko deceive NPP for. Obu NPP, obi na dwene say my main ko deceive NDC for. My main card bearing member in good standing. Obi ko no akwaje card, obi twa the dues. But still, one to abama party no enye hu.
Yeah. You be who found go groomer. Also, groom him. Brekum bono. Oko brekum.
Ba me to abado me kwabenya.
Oko brekum. Why you cook kesi mbono. Maybe I would tell no. If you have been banned, baby, I won. Obi anim say, ayi papa kosi ayi mana. Oye NDC ni. Adwa say be yo. Ono oye MPP ni. What I say? They know themselves. But you see, until the base, you know, wouldn't him? You could feel how much you are going to catch it. I will mobile high and I was say, or ye ini, or shadows with MPP no bois, or MPP ni. Or NDC ni, pa yin enemy fear, and some more can so NDC ni. They will tell you. But there are also some floating voters. Omode, or he, me abayin bi beye. Wakase abayin ya de nti to aba mana on the way ademu sa what I say people know them so nti se ye na adwuma ni yia we see them and adwuma house to house na yekwe no nyada kroko no ate adawo e bia constitution e be ye na se bia se na making bia quarterly bia bo so min se bia na yenkoye sa ade no ye hu nkrofo no what I say so ye na sa you be able to identify them properly. I'm a infiltration be a MMO. Now, we'll be able to tighten the screws. So, Ghana will be our Ghana card. We have been here for a Ghana card, bra. Near Gia, near who's a Okobo, ye pay details, a Coboni who's a NDC, was I am being here. So, we have a way or to vote at Davo. And as we go forward, no mechanisms will be back. So, hey, ain't ready, Dr. Digital. Ashanti Media send be up say me Sunday morning nyanduru ho is it the recruitment drive no yakwe ya pini pa party nti I think
we
it's going
be
to
call-
be of tremendous benefit.
We be call for amendment ewo MPP, both MPP and this constitution one the ruling here by.
Oh, certainly. Say already near see the delegate system there. So say obi anto abanibia. Send ye no polling station, ye say ne polling station, ye famra letter area. Ye famra constituency. Say we no nchesa because ye constitution no krampo so him so hwe ne here. Whereas ayi if any say polling station no e ka say all card bearing mills na enye no. Oba letter area kra ye de no enka bibia. So on into aba no letter area no enka bibia. We only presume say oh polling station executive name beto aba. It doesn't say anything. Constituency in there or say polling station for no any letter area for name beto. But I say but the letter area ho no kra enka we. Enti also it me the relevant amendments in Sakraye to reflect the decision. Now we move on. Ebinum kase edika ebeba especially election no.
Of course, because we ni padudu ya
yes.
Will be able to aba.
Yes. Ebinum yese edika bebem. I agree. Say ekabebem. What does it mean? Does it then call for a revisitation of state sponsorship of political parties? Anna? Masasa me kan brebi. Epeya ya ye sha ase 1992 empo no ye sa de no kakra. 1992 abato no.
State sponsorship no.
Yes. State sponsor kakra.
For political parties no.
For political parties no. So kaya. Meaning how old you were in 1992. But say kaya ye beto aba no. Parties no electoral commission. The state through electoral commission. Emma parties no cast. So I mean never.
Yeah.
So na ba ni mai bi. Me the mo de ba Ashanti region at the time. The penny no Mr. Kofi Jemfi Bikai. I won any baby ko. Me na actually odi ma me na me use kitwa ba ko. Na actually the SUV no. Amo odi ma me na de ye. The to aba no wi na stolen verdict no ho sense odi ma me a use ya. Enti the state gave some sponsorship. It was limited, but it was a useful beginning. Na inimsenke beto aso. Ye kwa ni na afi omkate. So abana no so no. Wama letter commission is come na mfanye antwasa de abuse. Ye political parties act. Dr. Beda some more time. Ye resist asem ni bill. Ye born parliament pa. Just how many years so no. Ankosi bia. Because Dr. Beda some work say wono de. Omama no munye. Na say yi you should go be was it in the unlikely event say muba mo ye dem mo pesa mo ye na mo fa state sponsorship number. But you see so when you banana was with my in the position for no ka say mo famra afi wo winning do pesa de ba. So maybe the time has come for us as a country to revisit it.
But when you say state sponsor betimi aboa because ye bia mu say no it means you say political parties in Bobo Kamo.
I say my neighbor. Say my moka. We are talking about the fact say
me patron wa be microphone no
sorry. We are talking about the fact say participants no. Especially at the parliamentary level. See ye tie ka say omboka pa. See you can say some omboka pa individuals no oko constituency me say nipa na nipa num contest ya na be hunu ka on mobo. What you say? The cano wo except that it's limited to Ankran no. The party no eboka through the aspirants. And you say aspirants be a obemu no. And they say no one man one vote you are not going to do anything. But the organization of we no party na or say efa hoka. When him say wow what him say adi Maria me ma boka 5 million. There's a party that say, wow, be contesting. Boy, nebia in the organization of we no. And I'm saying, unko boke be any intino. ABFA, by 500,000 bra. Near for organizer. Me sure say many people will pay. Because when him say,
but a hono sono anya constraint kakra ma aspirants be because o ka say on fa bibi mra na oni sa de ne bi na sa nipa no so
is it true say is it not true say omo ene you ka say bia on fa mra on fa ma no okofie nso of apanachi ko hunu krofo ema apart from sanne be say o de ko no aye bomuade assembly bu no emuodu anya no kresa ma obeka say wontu aso obeka say skeni ho ebua but uja no nso a obafa kotikwai na wape bibia aye befu ahye bomuade mu akoma nkrofo mu akoma
se ne money crash na
sa money crash no so if you are, so I'm saying say also me man can say be curious but significantly maybe about 90% be few 10% be there be wo so okopedia also you see in some countries I mean for no maybe to say Liberia makoto hwa bato so omo so begina amia to so aba you should own property in the place
baby e to so aba no
baby e to so aba no
e so wo japade
so wo japade wo ho me hu say nya wo na ye beto aba ma wo no akopa japade wabo bra wo japade dada what you say Liberia sem na make hu so I'm saying say ayi politics e ka wo where the ka wo but nia me ne wo kan ese e be brenase pa dia wo bisa mi ami kan say e bia betimi aye ne sei no se dia aspirants ne fa kakramran presidential ayi edu ha mo fa kakrama
omodiba
would anybody consider say no ye monocracy because ye organization what you say and that is what it is but it will be minimal people but there's more time and here kasa asem no Obert's position Dr. Obert's most position was that we say for us yan year and crofo ba kwati the parties bebree abeka say state sponsorship ndi e be pesca what you say but then we took a decision say Sikano may not be given immediately so however ABIA will set some benchmarks say we a serious political party aba ye koto no ABIA nye bi no so otumi nya be 10% so what you say so when menya 10% I'm just stating the figure from the top of my mind now the 10% may not be 10% it could be say 5%. So if you score 5% there, presidential elections there, you qualify for something. What do you say? So we call 10%, we call 20%, and he increasing no, as a percentage do our winning. And you so we a serious political party. I wouldn't say we bet me a winning. So I can walk over and help you, knowing very well that if we are state sponsorship, no. Using percentage a bit more can be briham. What you say? And they say, yeah, jitum send a zia beya. We find ways to engineer it.
Okay.
Yeah, who say now I feel to discourage mushrooming of political parties.
Okay. Right. Obisi me misa will say so MPP who say Supreme Court ruling beba. Enti amu tu mirika ekwe presidential candidate in Temana.
So we do na asemi koko da ben kasa meni aye nhihye dada what you say aye nhihye dada in fact me ampo just last week
ban kebe affect bibi e wo NPP mu say Supreme Court ruling ni e bayansa na nka yekui presidential candidate kebe say bibi wo party mu ana
bi say nka affect yeah you see say impo me fa say ya sha ase o I share as free the base level which is the foundation of we know and the old mrano eye juma untimi nye mra man take retrospective effect
okay enkonechi okay
ye mra pono sa na kire untimi nye mra bia benya retrospective effect na say untimi nye mra benya retrospective effect there what it means is that what shall safe base na we use constitution dada no about literal area where you see constitution data, about constituency where you see constitution data. Region the area, yeah, be you know. And yet the definitive pronouncement of Supreme Court say it may take effect from 1 year. Oman kasa ampo an can affect it because had India why a foundation you know with a smaller pillars and SCC ho. Won't mean kofa superstructure so MSC so bebu. What you say? Indeed, sanity. Once you start, you can't midway say we are changing the rules. It's not done that way. It is a ye presidential candidate. You start with we no empire. You be doing fin and one be run it through. What you say? That's how it would have been.
One man, one vote in MPP. Still, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bomi Obewini.
Oh, I have no doubt at all in my mind. Oh dear. Ye twemu hunti no who go find nice or bring the folk but they say the head drew no so I kabomu any here what you
offer the as go bring the mate quickly ya judicial system in Ghana what is so of us here chama wuntumi ya jailing 20 years it will say ruling e by no of after say
oh ruling no me me rem kakra I mean ka say yeah MPP for yeah Jim ready we're a party that believes in the rule of law say wontumi akoya de bone enemra so ne pachi ene na ko gina asem de bia di na asem ne ebu anofa obi anim say ay3hu do asem no de masa we de say wa wonu so wanyini me think I will not shed a tear for wontumi because you're Jim ready ko ya de boni na say emra no so pechi na e connect a camera na say bowa what ought to be done except that in wontumi case here enema a different kakra adentia asase kuro ya so ansa na nsense mi beba kura o na wontumi akọ report dada say o sha say so ko ye adwuma no o suspending na adwuma ejaye e kire na o so tese nkrofo akoso e ko ye galamsi I will report to you to the regional security council the nearest police station ko report to ya o say obia nkan se no hwe se ko chinkrofo so den ena e konkon ho afi okoye na amasa asase ne so a odane adwuma no edi ma owura no ba ase o ya ya dro no ebi ase dro no so be bo no mo ye reclamation near forestation ena mo makoche ngofo no say no mo koye mo ye galamsi mo koye no mo koche mo konya excavators bi mo acheche excavators ne so mo hyehyɛ bi mpo nkrofo no mo asase no say o mo de anya wontumi de if they were engaging in illegalities o mo onu upsay e ndia anya wontumi de na pick up trucks o mo ko sizie pick up trucks nkrofo no say o mo de mo ko hu tuo e wo side ho nkrofo no have owned up say o mo de anya wontumi de mo ko nya gold no a o mo refining ho ebi e won nkrofo no ho mo chi wo mo say o mo adia what you say nti o na wakoto mo so mo ye illegality mo engaging in illegalities and am chi wo they have owned up mo onu apa mo do mo eko asem di bia no mo aje mo mfunso atomu nti no mo say ye bibi mo ye nye bibi e fe ni plea bargaining
okay
ya ji asem plea bargaining means what you mfunso atomu
nti se ska bia kra yebetua okay
ye entrance nye hu nye mo pese mo ka nye nzo ehunu ya di sa ankomo no koso no a mo ye plea bargaining na aban ni nkrofo no so ne mo atrase no emu na afei aban no e change track so okay na hwa na ma mo ba ho na nkrofo no se wontumi what you say enie mbebo ye na mabedi dance ye se wontumi ena ema mo se mo nye saa so bia perfa ho di nkrofo no se ye bebo ana mo ye undertaking say mo be ka asem no tie wontumi a mo be ja mo de mo prosecute wo
mo be ja o ma mo makosa
and there's no charge against them any longer mo ja wo mo na me nua sɛ wo asɛm no ho sɛ ne esi ayɛ no akɔyɛ sɛ wakɔ hu sɛ obi akɔkum obi wakɔkye no na wokye no a sɛ wokɔdi na asɛm sɛ wɔdi awuo no afei deɛ wɔsɛ na sika no ho adeɛ wɔ sɛ o ayi kodwo Mensah ɛna de sika no ma me sɛ menyɛnkɔ kodwo Mensah hɔ wokɔyɛ akɔkye kodwo Mensah na wode ne
bade okum nipa ne deɛ
wagya no asɛm yi me nua anadwo ma na asɛm bɛni asɛm no ɛhɔ no na asɛm no gyina wo afei mo se kwado amde bɔ wontumi no mo se wontumi wayɛ assignment of his concession no de ama saa nkurɔfoɔ no ɛna wontumi sɛ mɛnyɛ assignment mmara mu no sɛ woka assignment of any property is covered by a deed agreement da so
ɛkyɛ sɛ mpɛyɛmpa magyae adeɛ wei ama so
wowasan ɔno nso bɛsan prosecution no wabɔ no code sɛ wayɛ assignment no adeɛ a wahunu sɛ agreement na wahunu sɛ sei no wahia prosecution no ntumi amfa ama mmara ɛse sɛ wobɔ bi kɔ adu a that person is deemed innocent until you prove him guilty and proving the person guilty no I also evidence no will lead the evidence no beyond every reasonable doubt. Oh, the assignment no enyama miri pa ne gina so assignment na wentimi ankyere assignment na wentimi ankyere judge na ubu asem so ko fa asem no ho de na assignment ni mu de na so na mama focus a circumstantial evidence no de wodi wontumi akotumu no de to so mienu ha adwene ɛyɛ sɛ obisa wontumi sɛ na ayi wo so akwara me ya forestation akwan bɛn so na wo so ofa so tua nika ana wontumi sɛ sikasɛm bia amemu oh sɛ sikasɛm bia amemu dia ɛna na madwen yɛ me sɛ wo si wɔn yɛ galamsey no wɔmfa gold no wɔmfa ntika diom judge na so waka akwa no se wɔno na wontumi ne kaa sɛ ɔnyɛ ɔntu gold no wɔmfa ntika no wɔmfa nyɛ ayi afforestation no ɛho adanseɛ no ɛwɔ hefa kyɛ sɛ akwa no so waka no wɔwagye ne di adi wontumi sɛ ɔne nyɛ agreement biara ɔte aseɛ nti no woni ayi prosecutor na ntimi lead any evidence ɛwɔ hɔ nso saa count 2 no nso ano sɛ yɛ pivotal ɛyɛ asɛm no hini paa no assignment no yɛ asɛm no taproot na ayi ɛfɛ ne sɛ how to pay for we no so the stem of the asɛm no ne mmienu nyinaa no prosecution na ntimi lead evidence deɛ wode ne kɔtom sɛ minia wote ha yi deɛ wɔyɛ adwuma yɛakyɛ yi nsɛm bi a wobisabisa yɛ ana mmara wɔ so nti waa no sɛ wopɛ sɛ wɔ adwuma no wotumi yɛ ne yie a menim sɛ mmara wobɛsua kakra ɔman mu yi naano akufo adomberɛ yɛ yi ɛne yɛyɛ biribi a yɛfrɛ no companies act na ɛwɔ bi hɔ dada tete hɔ no ɛfi 60s no the companies act bi wɔ hɔ dada na anyini ama ahwinhwan nti na wɔsɛ saa yɛ companies act no foforɔ companies act no I think about 4 years ago companies act no ade ɛwɔ mu ne sɛ woregister company no assume the character of a human being, of a person. And then you timi siw company nso timi siw nipa na. What you say? Won't me ekoje concession no? Nye won't me ekoje yo. Won't me company no ene ekoye. Ekoje. The company na ye at the bonea. Okodi asem say asem no why you say Enti company na wo charge no.
Not paying out with that company no.
Yeah, penny or that company no.
Per Companies Act 2019 is Aneka.
Sanity.
Okay.
Na ade o mu ni say company no ɛbɛyɛ adeɛ no a ɛnyɛ ɛdina kɔ asɛm bibia ɛhwie mu no ankɔ yie ama company no asɛm no abɔ no yɛsɛ neɛ adeɛ a wɔyɛ yi ɛka sei na wabɔ ɔman no nti anaasɛ wabɔ atia community bi nti bitua kasei no wokɔfa company no gyapadeɛ ɛna wode abɛyɛ wode abɛtua wate ase company no agyapadeɛ no ɛntimi ntua a ɛno na prɔfo kasa mu no yɛsɛ okay ɛne we want to lift the veil akatanimu no a ɛwɔ hɔ no
yɛnyimfiri hɔ
ne yɛnhwɛ directors na ɔmɔ company no ebia bɛkɔhwɛ no director no so ɔyɛ managing director so ɔyɛ chief executive bia company ne maaye mfie 9 mfie no mu akyi na company ne baayɛ no na ɛnkɔ yie saa ɛfɛkɔtee company no a adeɛ yɛ aba no a company nso ɔnya ho sika ntua no a wokɔhwɛ wo no na gyapadeɛ no abu setam ɛna wokɔ bisa no sɛ gyapadeɛ wei ɛkwan bɛn so na wonyaayɛ wei sei saa wei no deɛ sɛ wontumi wei no kyɛ sɛ wei ayi company no wafa ho na de akɔ wogye sika sei na de akɔyɛ sei company no sika na wode afa de abɔ ho besia na wode awɔ sa wasere mu saa mmerɛ no na afei wɔgyapadeɛ no aban kasa mede me nsa ato so na wei deɛ wontumi asɛ mu no ama saa o they went straight for wontumi a company no nti ɛma asɛm no ɛmu yɛ werɛm paa and that's why people are saying say no nti na party no bɛka sɛ yɛ duro deɛ ne kyɛ sɛ wontumi yɛ MPP for bɛfa no sɛ ɔyɛ political prisoner because asɛm nie no asɛm ne die no ankɔ yie asɛ selectivity bi aba mu na even galamsey no a yɛka no mpo no president ɔno agye atom sɛ ɔno ne nkurɔfoɔ koraa yɛ bio ɛte saa deɛ a where are they nkurɔfoɔ abɔ nnipa no bi din sɛ wei wɔyɛ galamsey wɔ ha party mpanimfoɔ no bi ɔmo a party mpanimfoɔ no bi yɛama apolisifoɔ ayinvite wɔ mo ɔmo deɛ yɛindetani wɔ mo mpo
ebi koraa reform to yoko Joseph Yamin ne
Amanda ɛnam sɛ ebi deɛ yɛindetani wɔ mo wɔ police station hɔ koraa for 1 hour ɛno an sɛ brabe take you statement ɛno ano kɔ na obi nso deɛ ɛkyi no ne kɔto mu a yɛaka kyerɛ wo sɛ fa property worth ebi a 200 million ɛbra ɛno ɛfi hefa nti asɛ nyiyimu bi ba ɛna ma nkurɔfoɔ yɛ concerned nipa bi yɛ concerned including some of us ɛda bi nneɛma no sɛnea tini atemmuwa no ɛkɔ no insisi so papa that's why people are concerned.
Do you see selective justice under John Dramani Mahama NDC government?
Well sɛ ebi na yɛaka sɛsei ɛna ɛyi attorney general a ɔbaa yi na cases bi wɔ hɔ ɛno ara sɛ ɔkɔ entire nolly prosecute sɛ or discontinue prosecution or annul prosecution na ɛkɔ no wɔgyae all those a ɛbaa no yɛ deɛ na ɛfa NDC foɔ wɔn a sɛ sɛ yɛ pushi wɔn mu yi ɛyɛ MPP foɔ nko ara. Why should that happen? Yes, simple. Nanka sansem no wo. And a linga ya na could be na ozo. And maybe after 3-4 years. I don't know mu na bi enyi na so nti afi na enter nolly prosecute mpo ka bi anka nkofo enya alarm de kese. Ba wo na be stop ni nyina. But political opponents in there yen prosecute wo. And ha dwen kakra no. Say yen hwe say na yesi ye democracy no. Because ɛyɛ saa deɛ a na ɛkɔfa yɛwodi aba sɛ party no foforɔ nso ba ka sɛ sei na ɔyɛ media mesɛ mɛyɛ bi atua ka ɛno ɛmmoa yɛ nka bi ma menka bi ama mmuo no if we have that perception ɛmmoa ka bi ma menka bi ama mmuo no ɛnora yi metie sɛ na krakye bi wɔ radio station bi ne nani abere dendenden ɛteatea mu sɛ MPP foɔ no yɛmfa nyɛ mo ɔbaa yɛ na mbɛtena ho mfie nwɔtwe and a way case man to say, okay, yeah, and we discontinue. Rapid results are ebamoso. or card the jam MPP. Or MPP needs to ask more catcher or no. Now, or the year be mount. Say, hey, and your next time also by baby, sir.
Yes.
My yen sounds so dear. Send a macam. The democracy no MY. So be at the bonny be send a maker won't me. Yeah, we believe in the rule of law. Be at the bonny be now I'm rash on the page. Ya could ya semno, or be any be a who become. What you say? Na say, you say, you invited Kotumua. And you run na yuma. Na near Koidi. So na Uma and for cause to believe. Say, oh, yes, selective. The application of the law. The Basanzua, a hard.
Right. You share the fight against illegal mining. Only say NDC, Mampayi John Draman Mahama were political would fight. Galamsey.
Yeah, oh.
I'm more gloomy. And now you measured see Yencho.
Oh. Media say, massively baby. Because I believe I speak from with a clean conscience and a clean mind and a clean heart. So me juma yetie. The amegu ahomkoko no and they say, you see, Galam say, baby, ubi obeka no kribia because a kosro. And I think last 2 weeks, Miko Kumase. Na Miko Kumase. Na Obedru Osino. Woko Asaman time for it. Diversion or Honua. Ekofat Asaman Echi. Ekofa Enyinema Chino. So a dua carriage and an Kufuado. A buying the chassis of Moye. One side of the dua carriage in the Queni Mukakra. The other side, no. In fact, I know why a Queni Mukakra. And change in an open broad daylight. That I'm saying, Ecoso. So, okay, so could the own and Fanadian. So, left Nen and Cabefa, the Oben Kumna Befa. The Oben Kumna or Moyeno, they have had to stop. Was right in the middle of maybe Omoye Kwano, that I'm saying activity not stopping. But if I would be a
expressway no more or more yes,
express road may diversions
now okay.
So Crofo would be a I'm saying now I make on broad daylight. Omujina and Omoye. Near call, can't put near coin. Near call. None of Kumasi. The Kumasi.
Dr. Ko Kumasi.
And then a ticket.
Okay.
I echo, and I'm a say, hey, let the Yakete say they were there. Now, dear mamma may all come go on cocoa. I say, ye no finance minister called parliament will come once and people talk about stabilize the city, no, and in Yamaniama. One of the key reasons gold omokoto free galamsey for no directly ma go ball for no kase they say go purchase no akosro which is true, but go to any galamsey site who say license buyers go ball for na more license war omo to sika akọ free omo. What does it mean? Say obi ekwan da ho obi dija e wo kwan no enche na say kwan mfimfin na local assembly na wo ho no ekoje nkofo no sisi emu ne ma wo ka kwan no mu na say kwan nche a omo pedestrians nya ba bia amfa na wo ko koje ne ticket de bia de na wo kire no onkoso nton. You are legitimizing the activity of nipa no a ono abesi car no kwan no so maka no emfa ho no. And the same way, because I'm saying now you're fighting against no. What license in for saying go do me be ento. Na onko so enye. And you see, ama abai no intervening strongly. Yeah, omodin. And that's the reason that is the reason. See, stop galamsey no na sika na mudi cushion sidi no make say no kan hu bi no mode ye no ye pe mu jai pe bo hu ba bi sidi be ko
you jai galamsey na
mo to fi wo mo ho directly na mo use margins to show the sidi na kan no mudi show sidi na up no mo ye banning says here you see where the city will go to
and aye diamo mo no
and then aye diamo is one of the reasons I'm aye diamo apart from the fact say now no President Mahama because galamsey no nipa be 4 million na depending on those activities. He is talking about employment. So what he's not talking about is the degradation of our lands. Yari adi bo menu how they wa nko the immediate benefit na say nkrofo wo mo ye adwuma kakra ye. So we shouldn't stop them immediately. When are you going to stop? Hey, a baby ako Ghana for call Nigeria bino. Deportation order buy Ghana, back to Ghana. Many of them came with chainsaws. Buy them the sea.
Forest,
ye ba parliament ye ka ho asem no the government of the day e ka asem bi say you know I was say ma wo alternative employment and san stop wo mo and never hu bia Ghana hu say timber firms in collapse. Why? Because we engage in illegal felling of trees. Ama in the 1990 na ye forest cover in 1990 near forest cover a year close to 2 million no within a space of 15 years near forest cover no from almost 2 million now we dwindle about close to 600,000 hectares and the Ghana's forest cover is less than 400,000 hectares. Ghana's forest cover and the timber for no munya timber from there you maintain timber ni nyina agu no the brekum so na major timber firm.
Yes.
Away. Agu. Kumasi was the nerve center of sawmilling in Ghana. And then Kumasi sawmills in collapse. A collapse no affecting you be
yes.
Affecting magazine for you. Because magazine for no more buy say a accident in zero. And so on daily basis, timber no woman party. On daily basis, timber trucks on the bed 3 or 4. Every say, in the magazine, you be straight in. What you say? A jumano cost one tino. A jumano cost one. A jumano a washroom tino. So anyway, a
value yes.
Whatever. Na ja, upo juma. Memkota baby in beer bako. So beer factory no kuma say. Guinness no kuma say. In jumano call from no. Then Star beer or relocate to Accra. Guinness simply they are considering relocating to Accra.
Wow.
Because business need to mean sustaining.
Oh, Kumasi Biu.
Oh, Kumasi Biu. Oh, send a value chain in the city. And he not only ye affected sawmills. Like I say, it's me fear first. The first fear me see. And I'm saying me a pump papa. So I'm in China for a doors in my. Now, but they were beautiful doors near your Ghana. When you be a copy media, a meme, and I'm a copy. Scan style for and a year mammy, and I'm the buy. It was beautiful. And then one more, I says scan style, of course, my company no. Company now more they can't even have the wood and the wood in bottom day. Indeed, no yes cancer for no more year exports of doors radical abridging. Just no Ghanaian company bit by exports or what they call if I say abridging cotton. And even here, so Bisamia, Galamsey Assembly. And I'm an aye thing. And I don't make a same bina, Cratchy be a quadri manisi bonia. Or them got Kumasi radio so and yes, or to my yampia pa. Say, Nammy can say. they were na coalition bi by in 2024 ebeto aba no na oh say na asofo bi eka ho na journalists bi ka ho civil society for ka ho and I'm MPC ni bi ko ka ho yes a demonstration stop galamsey now nti ye ka galamsey say na make so sa journalists now no more where are they? Because things are getting worse. I'm a President Mahama Krabi own up said in Crawford Bikra.
Yeah.
The things are obviously getting worse. And so no assign S say more ye pika. Until I say where are the of course until I make say nanu Erasmus. What's that called? Another journalists now also someone where are they? And I was posing a rhetorical question. Say a journalist, we describe them as the fourth estate of the realm. There are three arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Media no beka parliament to effect effective oversight over the executive. They are from the fourth estate of the realm. And I make her say, is it the case? Say, Nipan be President appointed so many journalists. They are corner by Muntina Ma, Nipan beer. Maybe also to house, your family fees are media house. They be a natural dumiso. Indeed, just some number mini and as a mecacra me measured. Is it the case?
Today, rhetoric.
Indeed, Ama or Mokasana. Ama Casano, I am muted. And I may compare some no two. Even members of parliament say, per se, you effective oversight over the executive. MPs now, among A ministers, Major Emraso say, you di couple ministerial appointments from parliament. President no, or may you appointing one, and as you electing her, on 5 ministers from outside parliament. Because and also add the more the oversight responsibility of parliament, any parliamentarians. Now, Major said, near air courses say no, ya. Journalists to be loose or me venom. That's why I make you knew. Catching yes, what to be a bomb. But I don't, me and those things, I don't worry because Professor Buzia and I can't ask him say in Africa, Professor, yes, successful politician. And you from Cassie and I didn't say me in a gum, Papa Niboni. Because me sure say, crashing our cotton years and that's why I make go one tiasi. Send your name, we know, as my kind of Mamma Casatin Tinti. We will be Bibika Craby. Na say enye se me no ti ha ye kan na so obi a wotie wate asem ni nyina o twan fi mi kakra bi no de headline she me sambo so kwata as pa na se no so ko kan yi ni wate ase wantie because mo kra bi mi ba ha ma mo ye ayi bi story bi na mkaso asem no se mo se aye caption no ne when why kan asem no about misinterpret as ma make no
yeah
and the mo hwe se ayi se enkechi a mo be sesa caption no, to match what I indeed said because it was so disjointed. There was a dissonance between what I said and how you had captured it. And this time, I'm scratching on 20 I got to be a mammy. I said, I'm making you was a Hong Kong.
Of a major, but answer me, Mampain John Dramani back, Mahama, Betina Kunya, so barely 2 years. Bosumika Krabina and Finchiaminu was swear in 7 new justices to Supreme Court. One is a constitutional cap on the number of justices you appoint to Supreme Court.
Also, some day, me minority leader me can say no. Me majority leader me can say no. Say yenhweni. Can say yenhweni. Because it is a parliament. Was the constitution just said so. The number should not be less than 140. Anna Rollins, Banuemu, just an committee and never ho. At the year, a call round. I can't say if I say call back to constitutional dispensation, you call back to democracy. One more in a traho, a year letter commission a Juma, Samreno, a non committee. I'm going to increase the number from 140 to 160. sorry, 140 to 200. How many 60 count? Is the first election they 200. Kufo by an electoral commission, no, I did a 30 become, and I go 230. And this is by Masande 45. I become Hamana 275, and a solar become Hamana 276. There's no democracy again, sir. Say every 10 years, they increase the number of seats. And then next year, 20 years, you see Parliament for fraud. I say, because Parliament down for fraud, so I say, stop Parliament hashtag. And it doesn't occur that way. You see, representation is of people by people. And you hear them see for. And you hear constitution can population index. See, use population index. We have determine the size of the constituencies. Constitution can say 10 years be a year. If anything, census.
Yes.
Area. Letter commission because population be kosoro baby a chain baby. We say redraw the boundaries of constituencies. No. Redrawing the boundaries of constituencies doesn't mean say what the constituency become. That's not what it means. What it means is that say population index, all that it means is the number of constituencies, the number of the size of the population divided by the number of constituencies, and they're 276. The population here, say we reckon say 33, 34. We can't say so much. Because we have a steady trend now. It will never get to 36.
Okay.
But let's say 34, 35. You divide it by 276, I'm saying. So, say, Maobia, 150,000. Then it tells you, say, constituency BI should have 150,000 population. But you can't have 150,000 everywhere, sir. It normally no be band. So this is 150,000. If you are plus or minus 20,000, this will be 170,000. Still one constituency. 150,000 will be less than that by 20, 130,000. And also qualify for constituency.
Yes.
What you say? So 170,000 a day, a trust one. Now, what withdraws our constituency in the boundary because the next constituency, the contiguous constituency, ebi amudia 150,000 per paper. Anyway, mudia na try 170, echo 180. No withdraw boundary in such a way say 10,000 egusu and beba share we di mu. Then na 160. That is what it means. Enti makofo we aba e de beto justices ne de ho. Say one facilian to so a bet me akoba bia. Say Mahama time Akufo-Addo the last justice ananka odomoba Supreme Court no so. Na ebinim ko retirement o. And yes, I'm call retirement. Maybe call retirement November. I think there was one person no called the following year, no, say January or so. And yes, there were three of them. Yenye appointments. Now yenfa replace them because November no or call January no so or call just say or call leave on retirement.
On your active work,
leave proceeding to retirement. Intino 70 years. Inti sanko yempe omo eno mo ka se da bi ene ho ba we 7 yes mienu foforo abeka 3 na nkomo ko retirement 25 na ko retirement but how the two asan beka ho to increase the number when the speaker at the time no insist yes da bi or play games I say yenye parliament nya approval or play games I say parliament nya approval parliament did approve ubaya number no now say Akufo-Addo de no endorse already no and the Supreme Court justice some yes. Oh, we should be faithful to ourselves. We should be faithful to ourselves. And let's all Ghana to cut a long story short. No? Let's say, oh, any you place a ceiling on it. Say 15 or 15. You can't go beyond 15. What they are 17, 17, and you call interest. Now why any say no obi ye bia obi dinin de no ko 15 hours wo mpene no
nipa no so be
what you say uka say foforo ba na e bia no so beka say ni wo so apake Supreme Court no nti ene ade no yede beko e bia 21 obenya moral courage to resist that you will not nti yebe e fan yebe kwa beka say afei enough is enough nti ye mpene no a ya mende constitution yen fan shim. I think fortunately that chapter no and yet entrenched.
Okay.
And Tibet me ahwe na ya place ceiling on the Supreme Court justices.
Medas yofa, balance ne be kono benim say facha me yofa. Early days, early days. Nkomo start bobo. Edin start ebeba. As to nipo be running mate ama Dr. Laji Mahmoud Baumia. This time around, who will be with team and still you see say and now you think say Dr. Metiopuku Prempe Yemfanako.
Inya. Nimbe bia wo wadwene da.
Let's hear the ma wampe. Yeah, the ma wampe.
First of all, my Bible because say consideration of a running mate is not on the cards now for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Okay. And you're not who say.
Say you know.
Okay.
I didn't hear. You see, you try by Dr. Mahmoud Baumia in 2023, late 2023. Then this is for no more ye. I'm a presidential candidate. Yeah, President Mahama. Baby, I think about a year earlier, close to a year and a half. Quite no more, you know. And ye Dr. Baumia. Ye no, ye Dr. Baumia, no more. I'm what to take. So no more, no, ye need meet.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Say, in the Pabani, ye be, you know. Ye need answer no go, Jenana Ding. So, Vice President Idin say, current Vice President Idin. You see, and this is for me your presidential candidate, and at least also who the presidential candidate is going to be. Only they say, you know.
Okay.
You know, a renowned economist. We talk about his personal experience. We talk about his track record. We talk about his competence and everything. I know Befano. The NDC be you know.
And a betcha nipa.
A becca who Paminka said no.
Because the entire facha be offered. The entire business are matiti di beauty say after your marking. Mate Samia Ukudin, Mate Dr. Fiya Udin, Metiti, we go so.
Not it. Not it.
Every crazy and Simon Napon sign call. And jam besides our question at least.
I've told you
to clear the air.
I've told you say Sardino it's not on the cards this year. NDC4, our constitution. It is a constitution, no. It says a president the election of the presidential candidate, you know, shall not be earlier than 12 months before the conduct of the elections. What it means is that some follow constitution, they can't elect their presidential candidate before December 2027. So they can't elect their presidential candidate before December 2027. It is a new honomu dimingo yino. Now prehunko yi. So what you say? We say bia nipa mbekwa ko yi no. Na ekofa problem ma yen.
Okay.
So you must look at how it will go. And here one of the reasons until I was say oye yi obi nso a ono oye economist. Do you need another economist to be with him?
No.
A B and no. So what you say? A B and can say and shout no.
Me to me no.
Do you need a pastor to be with him? Do you need a lawyer to be with him? Do you need a medical officer to be with him?
You
and someone send upon a medical officer.
Okay.
And you see, the field is wide.
Okay.
But Nigiri said, yɛbɛnya abotrɛ
Okay.
ne ahwɛ ne ndc foɔ no bɛyɛ ansa na yɛateki another step.
Let us offer for your time.